Assalamualaikum, my name is Mahnoor Khan and welcome to UMT TV. And as you know, UMT is going through admission fall 2019. And as students, you have many questions to go through. Which degree to choose, which school to choose from, and which university to go to. And to solve those questions about which degree, which school, and which university to choose from, with me is Chairperson of Department of Electrical Engineering, Dr. Farhat Kaleem. Thank you so much, sir, for joining
You're
us.
welcome.
So tell me, sir, could you tell us about your faculty, your department, and your school?
Yes, my name is Dr. Farhat Kaleem. I'm currently the chairperson of the Department of Electrical Engineering. And the Electrical Engineering department is the largest department within the School of Engineering. So we have other engineering departments as well. We have civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and industrial engineering within the umbrella of the School of Engineering. And electrical engineering is the largest department within SEN. SEN is the School of Engineering.
Okay, so which programs do you offer?
In the Department of Electrical Engineering, we are offering the Bachelor's in Electrical Engineering, the BSEE program. Then we also offer the Master's in Electrical Engineering, MSEE, and we are also offering PhD in Electrical Engineering as well.
Okay. So where do you get your credibility from? Where do you get your for the school?
Actually, all engineering programs in Pakistan have to be accredited by the Pakistan Engineering Council, PEC. And from the very beginning, our program has been accredited, and we have to go through the accreditation process every 2 years normally. And last year in October, we had our visit, and then our program was again accredited for the next 2 years. So I think that is where we get our credibility from. And of course, we get our credibility from the alumni who have graduated from our program, who are studying overseas for their PhDs, who are working in industry, who are running their own businesses as well.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
So tell me, sir, what are your views about the faculty and your old degree and the degrees for the school?
Well, as I said, we are the largest and the oldest department within the School of Engineering, and we have around 30 faculty. That includes from professor till lab engineer, and currently we have 8 PhD faculty members, and their areas of expertise cover the whole spectrum of electrical engineering. So in that sense, we are quite unique within the other universities in Pakistan, and especially in the private sector. Given that we have very highly qualified faculty, they have their degrees also from Pakistan, but also from different advanced countries of the world. So in that case, when students come to us, they can expect the very best of education, and of course, real life experience, because all of our faculty, they have worked abroad, they have worked in industry, they have been with academics for a long time.
Okay, and in your school, have you done any research work?
Yes, actually that is part of being a faculty member. So in addition to teaching, which is our day-to-day job, we also have our research programs. And all faculty members, they are engaged in different areas of research which fall within the domain of electrical engineering. And then, of course, they publish their research in top-notch journals and conferences. And we are quite productive in that sense as well. Yeah.
Okay. And in your school, the academics and co-curricular activities, how do you entail them? How do you go through them in your school?
Well, we try to create a balance. Of course, academics is the first priority because we have to follow the curriculum as guided by our regulator, which, as I said, is the Pakistan Engineering Council, from whom we get our accreditation. But in addition, we encourage our students to participate in different competitions related to engineering. And actually, for the past many years, our electrical engineering students, they've been going to different universities around Pakistan, and they've been winning prizes. And last year, one of our final year project groups, they won a prize of 300,000 rupees. That was by the Ignite, fund at the federal government level. And just earlier this year, current students who have just graduated, they won a 50,000 rupees prize for their final year project. And that is just 2 examples that I've given you, but there are many other examples when groups of our electrical engineering students, they go to other universities and participate in competitions and also win them. That's the great thing that we feel about our students.
Yeah. So they say that training is even important like education. So do you provide that training to your students, because they will have to go after their degrees, they have to go to their professional life. They will need that training. So do you provide that?
Yes, actually, and I think one of the unique features of the electrical engineering curriculum is that, it incorporates these aspects within the curriculum as well. But beyond that, what we have been doing for the past, 2 or 3 semesters very proactively is that we get, experienced engineers from the industry, especially from the electrical engineering, but whatever field they may be working in. And then we get them, to come to our department, and then they present to their students not really on a technical matter, but what does, for example, an engineer do in industry? What is the role of an engineer? What situations do engineers have to face? What decisions do they have to make? What ethical dilemmas they have to deal with in real life? So that is a very important part that we, cater to for our students. So while they are in university, which is a bit insulated from, the real life, they do get an experience of what they can expect once they move beyond university. And that is something that we are quite, proud of, that is something that we are doing, beyond the curriculum that, of course, we try our best to deliver.
Okay. And when these students get that training, do you help them get those employment opportunities? Do you help them go through the whole procedure of employment?
Exactly. Actually, at UMT, we have a very strong Office of Career Services, and we are, we work very closely with them. So, for example, they hold, job fairs, and they provide trainings, for example, how to appear in an interview, how to write the CV. So we actually have very close coordination with the Office of Career Services, and we work in coordination with them to provide, to groom the students in these aspects. But we also have our own, let's say, understanding with, different industries. So, for example, if I can quote one example, we recently had a memorandum of understanding, an MOU with an Internet of Things provider company, that's run by engineers. And so what has been happening for the past few months is that our students have taken up internships over there. So they are working with them. And they have already offered jobs to 2 of our students, based on the understanding that we developed with them over a long period of time. So, of course, we don't just, teach them and then just leave them. We actually make sure that they are well prepared to enter real life or to enter the job market.
You teach them, you prepare them for the future.
Exactly.
So how do you evaluate them?
Well, as far as the curriculum is concerned, we have very well-defined, criteria for assessments. For example, of course, we have quizzes during the semester. Then we have, assignments. And when students are doing assignments, we make sure that they do it themselves, so that they are able to, learn whatever concepts we want them to learn. Then we have, formal examinations twice during the semester. One is the midterm, in the middle of the semester, and then we have the final exam. And that's a very rigorous process. And actually, I would also like to mention that in the School of Engineering, we are following the OBE based system, which is the outcome-based education, which has been mandated by PEC, Pakistan Engineering Council. And that too, defines ways of how to assess students. And we are following that, trying to follow that in the true spirit. So we have a very well-defined and rigorous process of assessment.
Okay. And how do you groom your students?
Well, as I said, there are different ways of doing that, and actually when they come to class, we make sure that, of course, we are teaching them engineering, and most of our curriculum is, technical subjects. Yeah. But of course, as I said, that in the electrical engineering curriculum, it's a very well-balanced curriculum. So, for example, we have subjects like engineering ethics, So, in a subject like that, we groom them with respect to how they should behave ethically, what type of ethical decisions they might have to make, whether they are, while they are, students, or when they go into industry or run their own business. So We take their grooming, how they should present, and most of our subjects have some component where, for example, the students, they have to write reports and then they have to present, and that's a very important aspect, to succeed in real life. Students should be able to express themselves verbally in writing, they should have good presentation skills. So that is something which we put, a lot of effort in, so that our students, they are well groomed by the time they graduate.
Okay. And do you have any achievements that you have from the school? Has the school provided any achievements so far?
Well, actually, many. As I said, our achievements are every student who graduates successfully is an achievement for us. When they go into, the real world, and when they, for example, they go for higher studies, or they start their own business, or they, find a job in the market, that is an achievement. But of course, like I said, we are very proud of our faculty, the research work that gets published in top-notch journals. We are very proud of that. When our students, they win competitions, we feel very proud. When our projects, because electrical engineering students, they, a very important part of the curriculum is the final year project that takes the whole year, and when these projects, they win, in competitions, we feel very proud. So there are different achievements, not just, in the, with respect to the curriculum, but beyond that as well. Which we encourage our faculty, our students, and then of course we feel proud whenever that happens.
Yeah. So, sir, tell me, do you have any future plans for the school?
Well, of course, because engineering, like other fields, is evolving. The world is evolving as far as technology is concerned, and we are aware of this. And what we are doing now, we have started the process, is that we are revamping our curriculum. Of course, we are doing that in consultation with the local industry, and we are keeping the international trends in mind as well. So we have introduced new courses both at the undergraduate as well as at the graduate level, to keep in line with the current trends, so that once the students they go into industry in the next 3 to 4 years, the new students especially, after 4 years they should be well prepared for the market. So I mean, in that sense, we always keep the current trends all over the world with respect to electrical engineering, with respect to technology, and we incorporate that. So that's one part of how we evolve and how we move forward.
Yeah. So, sir, tell me, how is UMT different from other universities?
Well, I think I've been here for now more than 3 years, and actually before coming here, I was in Canada. I was teaching over there, and I think that UMT is provides a very good environment, a very flexible environment for the faculty as well as the students. And as far as the electrical engineering department is concerned, as I said, this is a very stable department. Our faculty, people, our teachers have been working here for a long time. That plays a very important role for, especially for the students. Our curriculum is up to date. The processes that we have in place for teaching, for assessment, they are up to date. So we can compare UMT and the electrical engineering department to any other, electrical engineering department in the country. We are very confident and we are very proud actually of this.
So you believe people should choose your school and your faculty?
Yes, why not? I mean, as I also tell my students that especially electrical engineering is one of the best degrees they can choose from. Not, and the reason is what I also tell my students, that electrical engineering offers a very balanced curriculum. And the good thing is that electrical engineers, typically, they are not just limited to this one field. They can go into multiple fields. So if I look, once I graduated, and the people who graduated with me a long while back, now they are working. I'm in teaching. I have friends who are in the oil sector industry. Some are working in finance. Some are in banks. Some are working in hardcore electrical engineering. So I mean, this is a unique feature of electrical engineering, which especially the students who are thinking right now which field to choose should keep in mind. It is a very balanced curriculum. It prepares you to do basically anything that you might fancy after 4 years. And also one thing I tell my students is that electrical engineering, or engineering in general, is basically about solving problems. So if they think electrical engineering, they should not just think, limit themselves to what they might have in mind about electrical engineering. That is about problem solving. So once they go through the process, they will be problem solvers, and that is what we try to inculcate in them, that they have to solve real world problems in whichever domain they might find themselves, 20 years. And one thing which we encourage, especially prospective students, is that once they come to UMT, they should come to the electrical engineering department. We are housed within the School of Engineering building, so it's a building dedicated to SEN, and just come over there, visit the labs. We'll be happy to show you around our well-equipped labs. You can ask questions from the teachers, from the staff members, so that you have an idea of, what kind of facilities we have and what you can expect once you join the electrical engineering department.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for that insightful information. Our students will be happy about the information they have been provided for them to choose the degree and their faculty and their school. Thank you so much, sir. And it will become more easy for the students to choose for the university they will come by. For UMT is their #1 choice. Thank you for joining us. My name is Mahnoor Khan, and this is UMT TV.